Thanks for joining us with the 2020 Fall Membership Kickoff webinar. I'm Senior Vice President of Membership for Mount Baker Council, Denise Lesniak, and we are looking forward to a great fall membership recruiting time.
There are lots of ways to be a kid. My way is to take a road that's not easy. It winds through woods and goes up steep hills. So it's a good thing I'm an adventurer. That's why I'm going to be a Cub Scout, because scouting will guide me to really big things. It will teach me to navigate the woods with confidence, and to navigate the world with confidence too. The scouting road will start with my very best right now self, and will lead me to my very best future self. Scouting will show me a kid who is brave, trustworthy, loyal, and kind. A kid who is always prepared. A kid who is me. Because there are lots of ways to be a kid. And my way is in the Cub Scouts. So scout me in.
This is a great quote from Baden-Powell. A fisherman does not bait his hook with food he likes, he uses food the fish likes. So with boys. This is just a great way to follow on and having our programs well planned, trained leaders, and just strong for all of our participants. We want to deliver on the promise of a great scouting program, not just meeting expectations, but beating expectations. Some of the goals in fall membership recruiting plans should cover just being simple. A simple plan for your recruiting efforts, making sure that everything's written down, you've got dates, times, locations, you're communicating with your leaders, ensuring that they know who is doing what, and getting the word out, advertising your program, and how to register. We also want to provide consistent branding with our messaging, and you can find a lot of great resources at Scouting Wire. They have a marketing and membership hub where you'll find flyer templates, videos, any type of items you would need to help promote your program. And then exciting. We want to make sure our programs are exciting. Going back to the first page when we have the quote from Baden-Powell about offering a program that we know our scouts are going to enjoy. We're really excited to show off our new fall membership campaign theme, #FutureLeader. We've got future scientists, future doctors, future eagles. It's so exciting when we see those new lions at a PAC meeting to the ability to sit in on an Eagle review board. We know that all of our scouts can do it, and the scouting program will help them get there and be those future leaders. So let's take a look at the plan overview. When you're doing your plans, be flexible and creative with ideas. See how you can incorporate the #FutureLeader into all of your advertising. Let's try to have a back-to-school night presence at every elementary school. Look for those kindergarten registration days or meet the teacher nights or any type of open house. We are targeting every scout who joins in the fall to receive a handbook during our mid-August to mid-October timeframe. Ensure that your join nights are planned and well organized, and follow the join night model. It is a tried and true method that really works. Make sure you're turning in your applications in a timely fashion, because we all know that helps so much more with Recharter when applications are turned in ahead of time. And then new Cubs attending our Cub Scout Adventure Day, and this was previously called Stampede. Later on in the slides, you'll find more information about Cub Scout Adventure Day. So highlights for our fall membership campaign are free handbooks for scouts joining in the fall. Lion Cub program for kindergarten age youth. Promote Lions. It's a great program to start. This is where it starts. We know that our lions become tigers, tigers become wolves, bears, and all the way to that future Eagle Scout. Give every girl the chance to join. And then we have an exciting membership challenge for you for 2020, our 7-Up Club that we'll talk about a little bit later. Will you accept the challenge? We all know that more scouts equals more fun. Start by inviting all youth in your community to join Scouts. You can look for our #FutureLeader flyer template to be available on the Mount Baker Website Council's website next month. get flyers made if you need additional flyers. If you're looking for something earlier, we have different templates available at the Scout office. Yard signs, posters, banners, anything you can put up in your area or where your unit meets. Make sure you have a written pack calendar for new families. You want something that they can actually have, maybe put on the refrigerator. If you need samples or ideas, you can look online or just ask other units or through your roundtable meetings. Make sure you're welcoming new families through a join night and a separate parent orientation. Get your new member coordinator involved. And then let's plan a little bit in terms of how social distancing might affect our fall recruitment. So step one is planning. And we start by getting our September calendar out so we can get our date and we can start planning towards that. Now is the time to start planning for that fall recruitment. So we're going to have our join night. We want to plan for a major join night with your pack. It shouldn't just be another pack meeting, and it definitely should be separate than your popcorn kickoff. We want to make this really special. Pick a day, a week or so after your back-to-school date, so you have an opportunity to promote to the kids at school. Put it on flyers and invites, use buddy cards, have your scouts wear their uniforms to school, put up yard signs, get your information out on Facebook, through your pack calendar or a website. Most of our schools use a digital program with Peach Jar. If you can get flyers out that way, that is a great way to go. In addition, check with your office at school and your counselor's office and see if you're able to leave hard copy flyers there. Use the theme. Put that hashtag future leader out there. As we continue our planning, we want to prepare for the campaign. Make sure you have a new member coordinator registered and trained. This person is super helpful when it comes time to recruiting new members and greeting families as they come into your unit. Attend one of our best practices webinars. If you didn't get to listen to it live, here's your chance now as we've got a recording available to you. Review the fall membership recruitment materials and plan book, and those will be available in June on the Mount Baker Council's website under the membership tab. And then also in your August roundtable, we'll be handing out your recruiting packets. Get your plan going, and let's get started. Plan your ideal year of scouting. Make sure your pack is signed up for the fall popcorn sale. Get that in by the end of June. If you don't have your year planned, now is the time to do your program conference. Review the pack planning conference training available at scouting.org. If you still need help with planning, you can check with your district directors or district executives as well as your membership chair. And there's a lot of information available online with various Facebook groups. And then don't forget that our program starts with Lions, the kindergartners. That's the start. From there, those are our hashtag future leaders. What's your plan to get those kids registered? Here are some tips for your annual PAC planning conference. You want to make sure you identify any den leader vacancies and develop plans of who to ask to serve in these vital roles. Don't forget to think about people who can run your Pine Derbies and your Blue and Gold events as well. Develop your PAC calendar and fact sheet for your PAC's join night. It can be something digital, and it's also helpful to have something that's in hard copy that your families can put on the refrigerator. Don't forget to set a year-end membership goal. This will help you determine how many handbooks you would like to check out for the ones that we're going to be able to give away in August through October. Take a look at your PAC budget and fundraising goals. Don't forget to include the popcorn selling expectations as well. Confirm your plans for PAC join nights and parent orientations. Make sure you've got your meeting location set up, your dates and times well advertised. And then develop and order your fall flyers. Check with your schools to see what their disclaimer information is needed to be put on those flyers if you're going to be sending them out through your schools. And then plan ahead so there's time to have flyers printed. Coming during the summertime, you can access the membership tab on the Mount Baker Council website and actually place your flyer requests right through there. It'll all just be collected digitally, and then you can pick up flyers at a different time. If you need help with any of these parts of the planning program, check with your field staff and your membership chair. Let's talk about school access. Who do you know, or who do your parents or leaders know that can help you out there? Look for an in. Check with your PTA. We all know that relationships are the key. Have conversations with your parents about who you know that could help. Engage your principal or PTA. Not receiving a no from your school district is not necessarily a no from your local school. This list on the left there has a great ideas of different ways to promote your sign-up night. You've got flyers. I've seen people fold flyers into paper airplanes that they can pass out, especially if there's a parade happening. Tape candy, cards to candy, advertising your unit information, maybe in the fall when it's Halloween time. Make sure your displays are inviting and engaging. If you're having an information table, having a little mini Pinewood Derby activity or a rain gutter regatta will definitely bring kids in for that. Now we move to step 2, preparing for action. You want to make sure you lock down the plan. Confirm with your principals, PTAs for back-to-school events and any accesses you may need. Have your flyers completed and ready for distribution. Place yard signs at key locations in the community. Send reminders to your PAC volunteers so they know when and where, and everybody has what they need to be there. The best thing is to do it now. Get your leaders trained now, so when fall comes, you're ready to start that exciting scouting program. Don't forget about peer-to-peer recruiting with scouts wearing uniforms or handing out buddy cards. Looking at the calendar here, it kind of gives you a little bit of a time frame of making sure you're securing your back-to-school events. Putting out your yard signs. Don't miss participating in the popcorn kickoff and then having your back-to-school events. So this is the August time frame. We're starting to look at that now in May, so when September hits, we're ready to roll. Make sure you communicate. Ensure everyone knows the plan and the responsibilities and when everything needs to get done. Create a checklist if that makes it easier for you. We know that August tends to be really busy, so start planning now. Step 3 brings us to working the plan. Now it's time to get out and sell it. Get your program information out there. If there's events that you're able to host an information booth, make sure it's fun, exciting, and engaging. Draw them in. Have pictures for parents to look at, fun activities for scouts to try. Some excellent ideas are little mini armpit fudge kits, having launchers or catapults, kind of derby tracks, and then candy is always a way to get them to come up to your table. Try not to stand behind your table if you can help it. Being up front and reaching out there and engaging with people, that's the best way to present your table. Use resources available or make your own. There are a lot of ideas online on how to decorate and host an information table. And then there's also some tabling boxes available at the Scout office for checkout with some basic information and basic display items. Uniforms are not necessarily required and sometimes might be a hindrance, but we do know that it does attract a lot of attention wearing those. Make sure your scouts are in uniform. And then use your scouts to help sell the booth. We want to get out there and be visible. Step 4 brings us to the join night. And we've got this broken down into various stations to help you plan your evening. And the best bet is this setup for join night. We're going to go through the overview and the process, but it's a tried and true process that works. And with a little effort, you'll find a lot of success following this setup. So the first station is Station 1, the welcome station. You want to make sure you greet every family that comes to your station and ask them to sign in. That way we have information to contact or follow up with them later. Provide them with the parent orientation guide. Those will be available in June on our website, and then you'll also receive copies in August at your roundtable kickoff. Tell each family that there are 5 stations and that they will visit. It'll take about 20 to 30 minutes to get through everything, and then we have a little material list of what's needed at the station. So your sign, some orientation guidebooks, a parent attendance roster, and pens so everybody can easily sign in. At Station 2, it's what do we do? Share the excitement of Cub Scouting. What makes your pack so great? Show it off. pictures, projects, maybe videos of what your scouts have been doing all year long. Speak to several families at once. Hand out your PAC's fact sheet, calendar, leader contact information, and the cost to join. They're going to want to know if there's any registration fees, membership dues. Hand them out the uniform information sheet and give them a mini Boys Life magazine. Materials for this station include having a PAC fact sheet, your Station 2 sign, the Scout Shop Guide to Uniforms, and mini Boys Life magazines. Station 3 brings us to registration. Help parents complete their applications and family survey. Online registration is an option. They can just pull up their phone and go right to My Scouting. Answer questions about your PAC to include fees, payment plans, financial assistance. Have opportunity fund forms available. We want to make sure that money is not a deterrent for any kids to join the scouting program. Set up extra tables so everyone has plenty of room to complete the application. Make sure parents know when and where the next meeting will be held. And I suggest making a call to all of your new families and giving them a reminder of when your next meeting is. If they have your PAC calendar, they can take it home and put it on the refrigerator so it's something to look at. And it's a great time to introduce your new member coordinator to look for at future meetings. Materials needed for this station would be your sign, some youth applications. I would include some parent applications as well, pens, and your parent information survey sheet. Station 4 brings us to the checkout part. Here's where you're going to want to collect fees for registration, any dues, Boys Life subscriptions. Make sure you have a receipt book available for those that are paying directly, and then also whatever method you're going to accept any credit card payments or debit card payments. Select your family survey sheets, sign your applications by the Cub Master, and put them into the report envelope. Give your parents a handbook for those that are new joining Scouting. Don't forget to give them the calendar. Tell them that you can't wait to see them at the next meeting. Materials for this station include your sign, a calculator, your Cub Scout recruiting report envelope, or the applications and fees, and then whatever you're going to use to collect credit card or debit card payments. Station 5 brings us to the question and answer part. Make sure parents know when and where the first meeting is. Make that first meeting fun. Follow with a reminder. Digital flyers are great, but that conversation is even better. Make sure your PAC has a communication plan and your parents know how that is. Is it a Facebook, newsletter, a mass email system through Scoutbook? Have as many den leaders and assistant den leaders available to talk to their scouts and their dens. Your new member coordinator is another area to introduce to so they can have that space that's familiar to see at the next meeting when they attend. Materials for this station will be your sign, and then just a couple notes. We're not sure what the fall is going to bring for us, so we want to make sure that flexibility is the key. We might need to change these around a little bit to incorporate social distancing and think of how we can adapt if we do have those new guidelines to follow. Let's talk about handbooks. New member coordinators can find out books from their district executive or district director. These books are for new scouts joining as part of the fall campaign, from whom we have in hand complete applications and registration fees. We are targeting the free handbooks between August 15th and October 16th, knowing that these dates may be subject to change depending on what type of guidelines we are following in the fall. Handbooks are not used as part of your join night. We want those returned back in so we can issue them out to other units who may need them. Go back to what your numbers were when you were looking at your recruitment goals, so you kind of know how many books that you want to check out for each of the various levels. If you don't know or need assistance with this, you can contact your membership chair and your district directors and district executives. If you don't know who they are, find out, ask, let us know. We're happy to share it. They are a great resource and amazing scouter. Live handbooks. We know that the Scout Handbook is one of the most published books in the world because of the power that this tool has to change lives. We know for us, this is where it starts. Our lions, tigers, wolves, bears, weeblos, they are future leaders, future chemists, future teachers, future astronauts, and it all starts with a scouting program. So the book itself has a monetary value. It's full of pictures and activities that will help the kids get excited as they start their program year. So what if we don't do our Join Night until late October? Well, first, we're asking that you not do that. The Join Night is the most successful time to recruit, and it needs to be at the start of school. We don't want to wait for families to settle or for everybody to get situated. We want to jump in it and get right involved in the action. That's why we're targeting our free handbooks between the August 15th and October 16th timeframe. Waiting till October, people have already made other choices of what their kids are going to be doing, and we want scouting to be the first choice. So September is the ideal time for a Join Night. So how do you get the free handbooks? First off, attending one of the kickoff webinars. And if you were able to do that live, we thank you for your time. If you were not able to do that, this recording will meet that requirement. Have your new member coordinator registered and trained for your PAC, and communicate to your district membership team the date, time, and location for your fall Join Night. Now it's time to turn everything in. Make a plan to get your new applications turned in as soon as possible. This is for two big reasons. First, we want to make sure you can get those free handbooks, and they're only available till mid-October. After that, PACs will be charged for any books that are signed out. Again, that date will be flexible depending on our social guidelines that are coming in. It also, turning in applications makes life so much easier for ReCharter if all of your scouts are already on your rosters. So help us help you make it easier at ReCharter time. Plan on returning all unused handbooks when returning your applications. Let's talk about Cub Scout Adventure Days this October. Previously, it used to be Stampede. We're changing the name this fall just to create more of an awareness of what the actual day is. If you have never attended a Stampede, it's a day to bring your unit, for families to come, for kids to come and explore Fire Mountain Scout Camp. It's one of the best camps around. It's also our time to make that promise that we did at the beginning at our Join Nights about an exciting outdoor program that they will have once they're in our scouting program. The kids get to check out the lake, they can go fishing, hiking, there'll be BB guns, archery. And again, the new name change we think will bring more excitement and more understanding of what our event is. And we want everybody to attend, and you won't want to miss out. So there's a lot of great things happening in membership. We're excited about our hashtag Future Leader campaign and then our challenge for 2020. We are inviting all family PACs to be challenged to register one lion den of 7 boys and one lion den of 7 girls. If you are a non-family PAC, we're challenging you to register one lion den of 7 boys and one tiger den of 7 boys. This is our special 7-Up Club, and all units that meet our challenge by the end of the year, December 31st of 2020, will be invited to a special fun day at Fire Mountain in late April of 2021. So we are hoping all of our units will join us, and we'll see you at our event. And then there's a question that comes up regularly about having to have female den leaders in order to have a female den. So it's not necessary that the den leader and assistant den leader be female. They both can be men, but you must have a registered female at den meetings and outings with your girls. This could be a member of the unit committee or the Cub Master or assistant Cub Master. So let's look at the key timeline to review. June and July, it's PAC planning conference time. Looking at your goals and what your needs are to meet those goals. Order your flyers from your council service centers, set your Join Night date, communicate that information to your district membership team. August, you want to attend your district membership kickoff at Roundtable. We'll be handing out the recruitment packets at that time. Meet with your principals or PTA leadership or chartered organizations or groups that you meet with where your locations are. In September, it's back to school nights. Collect names. Remember, we don't want to wait for things to settle. We want to get those Join Nights happening. Collect applications at your Join Night. Turn in your applications to the council, and then have your first PAC meeting for new members. Just a reminder that scouting shouldn't wait. We want to wow these kids right off the bat. And if there's time in September, plan that second Join Night. October is when we have our Cub Scout Adventure Day at Fire Mountain. We want to see as many of our scouts and units there. And don't forget the cutoff for those free handbooks is October 16th. With that, there's a lot of unknowns coming this fall. We want to make sure that we're fluid and think outside the box. Have a plan A and B, and I know as Scouters that you'll have a plan C or D. At this time, I'd like to introduce Sven Gilkey, our District Director for North Cascades District, who will talk about why we recruit. Sven?
Thanks, Denise. So, why do we recruit for Scouting? Well, to start with, I can tell you why many families choose to join Scouting. It's for the fun and the adventure, for the opportunity to shoot a BB gun, or maybe catch their first fish. For others, it's because they aspire to that rank of Eagle Scout, something that maybe is a legacy in their family. My father was an Eagle, I want to be an Eagle, or something to put on their resume or their college applications in the future. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not why we recruit for Scouting. We recruit to Scouting because we want to create a better world. We want to create a better world by giving our children the tools they need to be better leaders and better citizens, to leave the world a better place than we found it. We have real struggles in the world, real hardships, and we need our children to be prepared for it. We need them to have the values of trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. We need them to know what honor is and to make good choices. We need them to know what responsibility looks like, what it means to be a leader. We need them to look around society and see, I'm a citizen, I can fix this, and engage in that process. That's why we recruit to Scouting. Remember, we're not an after-school program. We're not simply another organization that kids go to have some fun. We're a movement. We're a movement that's at its heart and soul about the Scout Oath and Law. We are here to make a better world. And I thank every single one of you for helping us grow the Scouting movement by getting more families engaged in this movement so that we can create that better world that we all look for. I realize that these are some big ideas, big dreams, and it's hard to see. And I could share with you 1,000 statistics about how we can create this better world. But instead, in closing, I have a short video from the World Scouting Movement that might help articulate this idea even further. Again, thank you for everything that you do to make Scouting great.
I am 15 years old and I want to tell you how the Scout changed my life. In South Sudan here, there are many wars. People cannot stay in peace. There is no peace. There is no total peace. Even in schools, like today you come to school, next week there is war, you go back home, you don't attend classes. Me, when the fighting of 2016, they have affected our family. Even some of our family died. My grandmother, my uncle, they all died in the war. And even we have stopped school for 1 year. After that, we came and studied again. After that, I entered the Scout, and in Scout they teach us about peace and how to bring peace in our country. Before I entered in the Scout, I was very stubborn girl. I don't listen to my parents, I don't respect them, and now I am a Scout, and I am very proud of myself because I am a Scout, because Scout has really changed my life, and it has taught me how to become a good person in future. In South Sudan here, there are a lot of wars, but when you enter Scout, you will be a peaceful person in your heart and outside to people. That's why I say Scout is a good place, is a good organization for other people, and I encourage people to come more to Scout because the door is open for everyone who wants to enter Scout, and you are not forced to enter or to go out. That's all.